Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you all about the latest album from Rage, Wings of Rage, out January 10th on Steam Hammer. This album has 12 tracks, 55 minutes in length, and this is the band's 23rd studio album. That's correct, 23rd studio album. These guys have been around for a very long time. This album, in my opinion, is Rage through and through. It's a conglomerate of styles, sounds, and genres all brought together to give you glimpses, to give you a little bit of a roadmap of where this band has been, where they are, and perhaps where they're going. But I think this album, in my opinion, represents really more of their history, more of what they've done in the previous 22 records. So from a sound perspective, this album really has thrash metal, power metal, symphonic metal, heavy metal, old school heavy metal. It has all of these genres put together in individual tracks, sometimes mixing them on the same track. This allows the album to have a very dynamic style, very dynamic fluid, have a very eclectic overall sound, and doesn't give you songs that are repetitive. It doesn't give you two songs that come back to back that have the same style, the same feel, the same sound, the same structure. Every single song has a different approach. Every single song comes at you differently. So overall, when you look at the album, this is really an album that's going to have something for everybody. Everybody's going to... It doesn't matter if you're a new fan of the band, it doesn't matter if you're an old fan of the band, it doesn't matter if you've never heard the band before. When you pick up this album, you're gonna find something in it that's gonna speak to you, because it has a very eclectic sound. It doesn't have one solid genre that you can pigeonhole this album into. It just fits. It just has songs that fit in a multitude of genres. So from that perspective, it's an album that's going to appeal to everybody. At least it's going to have something that will appeal to everybody. Normally, when I look at an album like this, I always have a concern of the songs feeling disconnected, feeling out of touch, feeling broken. Like the album doesn't have a red line all the way through it. That's always my concern when I look at albums that have this almost like a greatest hits feel to it. This album is different because we've seen all of these genres being played out through the band's career. So it's not like we haven't heard the band use these genres, use these different styles, these different mixtures in the past. So we've gone used to that. So because the band has that in their luggage, it has that in their arsenal, listening to an album like this, it doesn't necessarily give a sense of disconnect. I actually felt the album was very well connected, very well put together. The songs really flow very well from one to the other. In some cases, there's really a bleeding in from one song to the other. So basically, where one song finishes, the next one starts. So the next one starts with a few notes from the previous track. I really like that. It gives the album a sense of continuity. So for an album that has a lot of different styles, a lot of different aromas, a lot of different structures, when you look at it, the individual songs, you really need something that ties it all together. And to me, there's two factors that tie it all together. The history of the band and that connection between tracks is something that really works well for this record and really works well for albums that have this sort of eclectic sound. Now, from a guitarist perspective, I really enjoy the album. Great guitar sound, great guitar solos, great guitar riffs, great guitar melodies. It's really a clinic of guitar playing through and through. When you look at this record, you really get a really magnificent thrash metal sounding riffs, you really get really magnificent power metal sounding riffs, you really get great magnificent heavy metal sounding riffs. So it is really a clinic of heavy metal guitar playing, and you get a little bit of glimpses of what this band can do across all of these different genres. I really enjoy the guitar playing. Some of the solos are absolutely magnificent on this record. Vocally, PV Wagner really delivers. His voice, he has the ability to have a very rugged approach when it comes to vocals. He has a very rugged voice, and on this record I really felt that he was able to merge that style, that delivery, to the style of the songs, to the lyrics of the songs, and it just enhanced the flavor. It really enhanced the album and enhanced the sound that this album had to offer in the overall experience to the listener. So I really enjoyed his vocals, and I really enjoyed what they brought to every single song, how they elevated the tracks and they elevated the lyrics within those tracks. Really magnificent. This is a very solid record, a very good album. Like I said, almost a greatest hits album without being a greatest hits. It's really a greatest hits of new hits. But in my opinion, this is an album that really represents the story of the band. It really gives you a glimpse at the past, of where this band has been over this 30-plus year career, shows you where they currently are, and perhaps opens some doors or some windows into the future of where this band is going with their sound. Now, as far as songs are concerned, I picked 3 songs that had different components, not necessarily my favorite 3 of the album, but 3 songs that I felt that offer something unique. I want to start with Chasing the Twilight Zone, a song that has a little bit of that Twilight Zone feel to it, like the TV series. It has a little bit of that ambiance to it. Great tempo to this track, very old school metal song, has a very old school metal sound to it with some rock sprinkles thrown in there just for good measure. The song has great chorus, it really uses vocal layers. That's something that they did in several tracks on the album, is using vocal layers in the chorus to really add volume, to add dynamic, to add life, to add a sense of a choir almost at certain points in time. And in this song they did that magnificently well. I really like the vocal layers, it really added volume, it made the chorus a little bit more robust, more interesting. Great guitar solo in this song. It's short, but it has a killer drum sound behind it. I really enjoyed that combination of a short guitar solo with really great heavy drums coming from behind that guitar solo. The combination of two really made it compact, but it made it robust and potent. It was just a little bit too short. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I really enjoyed it, but more so the combination of drums and guitar solo put together. This is a song that then finishes off with the same guitar riff that it started. It goes absolutely full circle. Next we have Tomorrow. This song is very interesting. The moment I heard this song, in my mind I had flashbacks of Blind Guardian with the song Valhalla. I'm not saying it sounds like it, but when you listen to this song, I would be surprised if you walk away feeling like you're not getting a little bit of Blind Guardian and Valhalla in this song. At least it reminded me of it. A song that has a killer drums all the way through. The drums really are the driving force behind this song, giving the track a lot of heaviness, a lot of power, a lot of strength, really pushing this song all the way through to the chorus, and then beyond the chorus into the verses, and then back again into the chorus. Really a drum-driven track, if you ask me. Now, the chorus is really catchy, really hooky, has a lot of energy. Once again, this is a song where they use vocal layers in the chorus to really add thickness and robustness to it. But in this song, it felt to me more like almost a hymn. It really works well with the overall atmosphere, with the overall sound, with the overall lyrics of the song, with that whole Valhalla feel. So by adding vocal layers to the chorus, it really made the song feel a lot more like a hymn, and that to me really played well into the overall track. Great old school powerful song. Last but not least, A Nameless Grave. The reason I picked this one is because it's one of those songs that has a lot of symphonic elements into it. I would say this is a symphonic metal track through and through. I really love that. I really love the incorporation of the keyboard, the melodies, the orchestration. The vocals on this song are absolutely magnificent. To me, this is a song on the record that really pushes the boundaries. It really pushes the boundaries of the vocals. It really pushes the boundaries of the overall sound. It's just a song that's absolutely magnificent on all perspectives, and it's really a song that stands on its own, very different from everything that you've heard before, and it will be very different from everything that you'll hear afterward. A song that just has great vocal delivery, great range, really extends the range, and musically is just very dynamic, very beautiful. A song that uses the symphonic elements to really paint the picture that the lyrics have. Is a song that feels dated, it feels old. You really feel like you're traveling back in time through the lyrics, but more so through the music, and you almost feel like you're traveling into it, and you can almost immerse yourself into the atmosphere that the song gives you musically. But then when you pay attention to the lyrics, you understand the story that's being told. This is a storytelling track, and to me, the symphonic elements really add to that storytelling aspect. Alright guys, this is it. This is Rage, Wings of Rage, out January 10th on Steam Hammer. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the singles. Use the comment section below. As always, I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.